Hey there. Starting a business with your spouse is a lot like assembling IKEA furniture together. It sounds like a great idea, but if you're not careful, it can turn into an argument over who's reading the instructions wrong. Hi, I'm Tisa. My partner and I are currently in the middle of negotiating to buy a business. I've got an MBA and a background in corporate management, so I'm all about the numbers, the negotiations, and the spreadsheets. My partner, on the other hand, he's a car guy and has over 20 years experience working on and off as a mechanic and a shop manager. So we're looking at an auto repair shop and he'll be the hands-on operational guru guy, right? So right now I am handling most of the heavy lift. In fact, this afternoon, I'm sitting in the office reworking negotiations, right? I'm working on business valuations, the financials, and what comes next. Well, his part really will kick into high gear once the shop's operational. But let me tell you, getting to this point where I'm comfortable with that, it hasn't been without its challenges. Which, spoiler alert, most of those challenges were all in my own head. So let me share something that brought me here. In this video, I'm going to share how defining our roles completely transformed how we work together and helped me let go of a lot of the frustrations that I honestly didn't even realize I was holding on to. So if you've ever felt like you're carrying all the weight in your partnership, stick around. This one's for you. So I'm upfront, I'm knee deep in all the spreadsheets and analyzing the profit margins and negotiating the terms. And I would ask my partner questions about the business, and he would look at me like he had no idea what we were talking about. I'd explain everything, but then we would go back over it the second time and the third time, going over the same details. I started thinking, like, am I the only one that's really interested in buying this business? Like, am I doing it all by myself? Is he even interested in any of this at all? Well, spoiler alert, he absolutely was interested. Problem wasn't him, it was me. So here's the problem. I expected him to have the same level of knowledge, the same level of involvement in the areas that I was dealing with. That shouldn't even be his focus, and that wasn't fair to him. So I had to really sit and focus on this. And then I started thinking about my corporate job, right? Wait a minute. We're not supposed to know each other's roles. We're not supposed to be doing the same things. That's literally why this partnership, as soon as I did that, it clicked in my head. So he's the COO. He's the operational guy. He's going to run the shop day to day. And I'm the CEO. I'm focused on the strategy, the financials, getting us to the finish line, right? So for me, once that happened and I gave us roles, oh my God, my life got so much better, so much less stress. So, once it just started to click, I stopped expecting him to dive into every detail of what I was working on. I fully trusted he was going to step up when it's his turn to take the lead. And it's made me be more patient with explaining things to him, understanding that that's not his expertise. I can't just talk in shorthand, right? I need to explain it to him in a way for him to understand it, not in a way for me to understand it. So, how did we really actually make this work? Well, we actually sat down, we started talking about it. We wrote down everything we were working on, from negotiating the deal to figuring out where we would be at in the day to day operation of the shops. We really divided those tasks based on our strengths, right? The financials, the negotiations, the big picture planning, marketing, that's going to be me. Managing that day to day, the processes, the operations, let's be honest, managing those technicians, that's going to be him. We've set those clear boundaries, and it's helped us to gain clarity when it comes to who's supposed to make this decision, right? So if there's ever a question about who makes this decision, if it's a financial decision, I'll have the final say. If it's about shop operations, that's his call. Clean, easy. Once we did this, Oh, I felt such a weight lifted off my shoulders. I stopped feeling like I had to carry everything. And I was able to see him bringing what he's going to bring. Once we did this, it felt like a weight lifted off my shoulders. I stopped feeling like I had to carry everything, and he felt more empowered to focus on his strengths. It was a win win. The frustration I felt wasn't even about the business, it was about my own expectations. I thought I had to do it all, and when I felt overwhelmed, I blamed him. But once I let go of that, everything changed. If you're in a similar spot, take a moment to ask yourself, are you expecting your partner to do something that doesn't align with their strengths? If you're starting a business with your partner or even thinking about it, here's my advice: define those roles early. Seriously, grab a notebook, start writing it all down. Trust each other with your own responsibilities. That trust is the key. Talk about it. If you're feeling frustrated, say something before it turns into resentment. Remember, you're on the same team, even if it doesn't always feel that way in the moment. You guys chose to do this together. So lean into that, right? Thanks for hanging out this far. Bye, guys.